The monastery of Sainte Marie de la Tourette was designed by Le Corbusier from 1953 to 1956. The construction of the building started in 1956 and was completed in 1960. The client, Father Marie-Alain Courtouriere, approached Le Corbusier with the intent of having him design a religious building that housed 100 people, specifically monks. The building, located in a valley near Lyon, France, is perched on the slope of a steep hill. There are four structures that highlight the rectangular enclosure that frames a central cloister. The church and the chapel of this structure are all anchored to the hillside, while the three wings of living quarters hover above the ground, resting on pilates, or supporters, of myriad shapes and forms. Accordingly, the building itself is designed with much simplicity because its goal is to convey solemnness and peacefulness. However, this quiet solitude is offset by the complex interplay of pilates, stairs, and ramps. In designing La Tourette, Le Corbusier based his design on the modular, which is based on the height of a man with his arm raised. For instance, in the monastic cells, each cell is dimensioned to coincide with man's height and width. Le Corbusier made proportions an important aspect in his design. The idea of dimensioning a room based on a man's measurements reveals the concept of form fits function. Accordingly, the limited space that Le Corbusier created allows the residents the ability to maximize their experiments of achieving solitude and peace. Now back to the pilotis. The pilotis acts as a support for the building, but it also adds an architectural element to Le Corbusier's simple design. Since the pilotis varies in geometric form from one location to the next, it offers ambiguity and mystery. The pilotis brings about wonder and curiosity and offers a different experience from that of the interior of the building, which is modeled after the concept of modular. Accordingly, the natural slope of the terrain adds to the ambiguity of the area positioned. As one ascends the slope, one would become entangled in a web of pilotis or columns. Therefore, the diverse shapes of the pilotis ultimately frame the central cloister of La Tourette. To connect the church, side chapel, and living quarters and various other spaces, Le Corbusier decided to compose two corridors that were supported by the pilotis. Housing the corridors or blank walls on one side and a glazed side with undulations on the other. According to Philippe Podi, one gets the sensation of hovering and fast motion as one navigates the building. Moreover, the corridors help the navigator become physically aware that the building is separated from the ground plane. Thus, walking along the corridor set off innumerable experiences for one. Le Corbusier decided to use concrete because he believed it is perfect. Its application suggested simplicity and authenticity.